A little over 25 years ago, two companies established a vision for a joint venture right here in Vonore that would serve the Asian automakers' plants in North America.
It was the mid-1980s, and the whole automotive landscape in the US was changing. The Japanese car makers were making a big move to set roots in the US. We determined at TRW that it would really be best if we formed a joint venture with a Japanese company, and preferably one which had connections with Toyota. Koyo Seiko was our first preference. We received the blessing from Dr. Toyota, and the rest was history. Once TRW Koyo was formed, TKS as we called it then, the first question was where would we locate our plant. After doing an exhaustive survey, we decided that the sweet spot was Tennessee or North Carolina. Mr. Nojima of Koyo clearly preferred Asheville, North Carolina. However, the boss had the deciding vote and he preferred to live in Knoxville. And by the way, the boss was me. So we actually had to get 2 helicopters from TVA. A lot of us went up into the air. We pointed out to Koyo that there were indeed many people living in the hills who would make excellent employees. They were convinced, and that's how Vonore, Tennessee was selected.
The dream and vision for this plant would be a blending of cultures, picking the best parts of the cultures of the two companies in those two countries and combining those best attributes to establish a world-class manufacturing organization.
A team of inspired people was formed from both TRW and Koyo. We began life in Cedar Bluff with nothing other than paper plants and a great pedigree. We convinced our parents to give us enough money to build a plant that would match our ambitions. We built a 300,000 square foot plant on the shores of the Tellico Lake. When Mr. Tsuboi came to visit us, he looked at that massive empty plant and all he could say was "Oki, Oki," which meant big, big. And he was really concerned how we were going to fill the plant. Mitsubishi was our first customer. We don't know how we convinced them that we were going to serve them well without nothing other than paper plants.
I was working at here JTB in the beginning, start up the equipment for production. I made lots of documentation to transfer the technology, lots of conversation between Japanese and Americans.
We spent a whole month in Japan when we started, from like 13 of us to now there's thousands of people work here.
Coming in, I started with TRW and started in 1984 as a co-op engineer. Came here in 1988 and I thought, wow, you know, I'd be a good contributor with engineering experience, coming in, helping out with the processes. And what I learned was very humbling that I continue to learn. After 20-some years, I still continue to learn from Japanese processes.
I too came from TRW in England, and I was interviewed by the original management team, and I've got to say I was really impressed. People like Kumazawa-san, Fujimura-san, Tom Wada, and Higasa. Then I was also interviewed by Ed, Larry, Dennis Hannick, Arvin Corday, Joe Portugal, and Joe Donor. So I walked out of there and I thought, wow, these guys know their stuff.
When we started, it was a joint venture, so we had to, it was called a blended tradition, so we had to balance the Japanese and the American philosophies.
Everybody's in JTB here are working hard to get a better understanding. Lots of conversation is very important.
The key thing was that we all believed that this was going to be a blend of traditions and best practices. TRW donating 100 dogwood trees and Koyo donating 100 cherry trees at the grand opening in 1990 was a symbol of that.
Kind of difficult in the beginning, but it all washed out. And we had a big diverse group of people, not only Japanese and American, but English and Italian and you name it. We got the mixture here. So we've had a good time doing it, and it's hard to believe it's been this long together.
Thanks for 25 years of literally manufacturing excellence. We've had some great employees come through our doors. From our temporary office in Knoxville in '88 to today in 2013. I have wonderful memories of our first president, Arvin Corday, with such an awesome East Indian accent, to my sixth president, Craig Woodford, who is an avid Ohio State fan. I've trained 6 presidents in 25 years. This is an accomplishment.
We have the best employees in the world, and their efforts will ensure this plant's success now and in the future.
It's an exciting place to work. It's always been challenging.
You have to make shipment on time every day, and you got to ship the right quantity, and obviously getting the shipments out the door and doing it without any failure. And that means, 100% on time, 100% in the window customer time, the right quantity, and doing that, 15, 16 times a day with every shipment that we got to make out the back door. That doesn't happen without any number of challenges every day. You address the challenges and you overcome those, and then you where you can, you try to make an improvement, and then you move on to the next day. But here at JTEKT, we seem to be able to do that.
I've never been reluctant to come in the front door each morning.
It was great to come to work to TKS every day. That clearly is the fondest memory I have in running a company in my entire career.
In the same way we've constantly sought to improve our products and processes, our employees have also worked tirelessly to improve our communities.
We're committed to our community, our customers, and our employees.
When I saw the terrain, the land, and how beautiful everything is with the mountains in the background, it didn't take long for Barbara and I to decide to come. I remember the very first opening ceremony that was held by the chairman, whose name was Najima. TKS, as who we were then, is a small ship going out into a big stormy ocean.
There's going to be a tiny ship in a great big ocean, and we were going to go, the seas are going to come up, they're going to go down.
We had a 10-month lead time to launch Mitsubishi, and it was still a nail-biter. That worked extremely well. You all know that there was no stopping after that. The company grew and grew and grew.
The JTV has survived the storms, the turbulence. We're better for it now.
We're going to have good times, we're going to have bad times. We've had all of that, and but I think the good times have prevailed. It's been a good ride.
We've grown. We've now got a new facility across the road.
I've seen this place grow from there wasn't any equipment in the plant to now it's full. There wasn't even a road in here, and now there is. We have a plant across the street.
I've been here for 25 years. A lot of you haven't been there that long, and you've probably got an opportunity to be here for 25 years, and I hope you do, because it's a great place to work, a great place to support and raise a family, and to learn to educate and grow. So again, I hope a lot of you out there will stay as long as I have.
The people is what makes JTV different than anybody else. That's why we're special.
We've really grown, and I've worked with a lot of really good people.
I came here from Detroit, Michigan, part of TRW, and it's been 22 years. I met my wife here. It's been 3 children I've raised. I've been through the schools of the county, and I got 2 in college now, and this job has meant a wonderful life.
Good people. It's been good people. Everybody that's been here been real good to work with. It's been a long and winding road.
I've been here for 25 years. I've raised all my kids here, raised a family. That's what it means to me.
The visions of the JTEKT management team have always been true to their principles.
We are going to have a great success in the future. We grow a good company.
The company is now 25 years young. Congratulations to all of you for carrying the dream forward of those Japanese and American pioneers who worked so hard to make that dream a reality.
I'm excited to say that this year we're celebrating 25 years, a legacy of excellence in the automotive industry.
It truly has been an honor being here, and with technology changes, it's a very, very exciting future. Enjoy the ride.
Praying God will continue to bless our company, our employees, and its future.
The company has done very well, has conquered the entire market as we wanted to, and I know there won't be any stopping of now JTEKT in the future. I wish you all the very best.
I, like all of you, can say I'm proud to work at JTEKT Vonore and look forward to our continued success in this next exciting chapter in this company's history.